All right, guys. This is supposed to be my Raw review for January 21st, 2019. It's Tuesday, the day after Raw, and I'm a bit pissed off because, for the longest time, we've been getting the same repetitive Raw, SmackDown, every single Raw and SmackDown for 2018. And at the end of December, they told us they were going to give us something new. And I was buying into it. I'm like, okay, they're going to give us some new content. They're going to give us some fresh matches, not the same repetitive shit that they've been giving us for all of 2018. So they came into 2019 and, they gave us some fresh matches. They gave us some backstage segments, some entertainment. They were actually fulfilling, what they were saying, giving us some sexy content with the ladies and putting some fresh faces in matches. But that's what we wanted, what we wanted to see. And what did we get yesterday? The same repetitive matches. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. The same matches that we've been seeing for the last 6 months. We've seen all over again. Brock Lesnar being confronted by Braun Strowman. How many times can you do that? I'm tired of seeing Braun Strowman come out there. He's not even fighting for the championship this Sunday. So what is he out there for? There's no reason. Then you got the Revival taking on Bobby Roode and Chad Gable again for the third time. Where is the payoff in this? Because they keep losing. I don't know if they're putting them on TV because the Revival has asked for their release, or they're disgruntled in the back, or what. That's what I've been hearing from some reliable sources, that they asked for their release and they weren't granted. So instead of granting them their release, they told them that, hey, we'll push you guys a little bit so that you guys can shut up. So they put him on in a match with Kurt Hawkins as the referee for God knows why. I have no idea why he's in that match. But then the Revival loses again, and they decide to jump Kurt Hawkins because they felt like he was supposed to, count to 3 for them. And out comes Zack Ryder. This guy didn't have a single match on Raw all of 2018, and all of a sudden now he's on Raw? I mean, AEW possibly calling? It just doesn't make sense, Then we have Heavy Machinery, and I hear people saying, oh, he's funny, he deserves to be in his spot, but Heavy Machinery doesn't do anything for me. They're a comedy act, so for them being on, taking other spots from other tag teams or other competitors, it was just a disaster for me. I didn't really need to see Heavy Machinery. Then you had Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers taking on Lucha House Party. For what? Why? Why was that on TV? That was a waste of time. We didn't need to see that. They botched so many moves in that match. It was ridiculous. We don't need to see that anymore. Stop putting Singh brothers and Jinder Mahal on TV. We don't need to see them. Lucha House Party, we don't care about them. We really don't. Then you get Sasha Banks. But before I even get into Sasha Banks, because she's the only reason that, Raw was even saved last night. But you get Ronda Rousey trying to cut a promo in the back, and she's fumbling over her words, and she's not ready for that. She's not ready to be cutting a long promo. Put Natalya in there with her and let them go back and forth cutting a promo, but Ronda Rousey just fumbled over her words. She didn't know what she was saying, and she just had to go into her, I'm Ronda Rousey, spiel and, trying to get through it. And she finally got done with it, and I'm just like cringing because she's just not ready for that spot to be cutting long promos. She's just not, so it was just cringeworthy at best for her to even try to cut a long promo like that. She goes out and, they have the tag match and, against the Boss and Hug Connection. And, it was a decent match. But Sasha Banks is just on another level right now. They need to go ahead and put that title on her and get this 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen thing going, because what they're doing, or what they did with Sasha Banks in the past, was just a catastrophe. I'm glad they're giving her, more time and more mic time for her to express how she feels, because Sasha Banks is just flawless. She's flawless on the mic. She's flawless with her mannerisms, with her facial expressions. She's the best women's wrestler in the company. So they need to just do whatever they need to do to keep her on TV, give her the belt, let her get in some good feuds, and we need to see more Sasha Banks. You know, I know they're going to be having these tag team titles coming up at Elimination Chamber. You know, and if Boston Hug Connection don't win that, I don't see anybody else who can hold those titles right now. You know, who are they going to put them on? Melina, or not Melina, but what's her name? I don't know. I don't even know what the girl's name is. But there's no other women's wrestlers out there that are tag team. You know, you can put them on Tamina and Nia Jax, but they're boring as hell too. You know, so it's just, I don't know what they're doing right now. They're not giving me anything that makes me want to tune in. Half the time I'm looking down at my phone because I'm bored, or I'm fast forwarding through the matches trying to get to a segment that I really want to see. You know, and SmackDown's coming on in about 30 minutes. So I'm really hoping that, you know, they step their game up on SmackDown. SmackDown in the last couple of weeks, if not the last 2 or 3 months, has been better than Raw anyway. You know, so hopefully tonight on SmackDown I can be entertained. And I'm just really upset. You know, like I said, you guys have all heard me say before, wrestling is my first love. It's everything that, you know, it's everything to me. You know, I tune in. I've never missed an episode. That's all I think about every day. I'm on my phone looking. If I'm not looking at wrestling, I'm watching wrestling. I'm watching the WWE Network. I'm looking at the pay-per-views. I'm watching 205 Live, watching Main Event. You know, I even watched TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I can't wait for AEW to start so I can see what they bring to the table. But WWE needs some competition. I mean, Raw last night, we might as well have been back in 2018, you know, because the Raw last night was just terrible. Mickie James is who I was referring to, you know, and Alicia Fox. That's who I was referring to. I couldn't get it out back then when I was trying to get the other tag team for the women. But, I mean, that's the only formidable tag team that I could see holding those women's tag team titles is Mickie James and Alicia Fox. You know, who else can hold those titles, you know? Are you going to put them on some newcomers? You're going to put them on the rest of the other 4 horsewomen that are down in NXT? I mean, they're not ready. So I don't see anybody else who can hold those titles. I mean, then you got, you know, the other segment, A Moment of Bliss, and that was just a natural disaster. You had all these women coming out, and they're all saying how they're going to win the Royal Rumble, and they all have no shot. I mean, and then you had, you know, the lady coming out, and she has the hat falling in her face, and she can barely see, and she botched that. You know, nobody even wants to see her anywhere. Is she going to be on SmackDown? Is she going to be on Raw? Who knows? You know, but they just ruined A Moment of Bliss. You know, everybody wants to see, you know, Alexa Bliss anyway. So I don't know what they were doing on Raw last night. You know, I would give it a D- at best, and I'm, you know, giving them credit because last week, you know, they had so many good segments. They had so many moments that were entertaining. And then this week it was just terrible. So, guys, don't be... And one other thing before I cut this stream short, because I'm not going to be, you know, talking about the Raw last night, because like I said, it was terrible. But one last thing that really ticked me off was the crowd last night when they were talking, you know, they were chanting, "This is awesome," during the Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins match. And I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? You thought that was awesome? We've seen them same match for at least 10 times in the last 6 months. They haven't done anything new. So you're pretty much content with just having a good match. Of course they can wrestle, but we want to see a storyline. We want to see them having a feud. We want to see why they're feuding against each other. Not just them having a great match and then going on with their day. And then we want to see both of them actually having winning records. Because if you put them against each other each week, it's just 50-50 booking like I've been saying. So there's no point in them going up against each other. One of them is going to lose. And then you have Drew McIntyre, who you're trying to build up to be this monster, but he's laying on his ass, getting pinned 1, 2, 3 again. You know, and not to mention, you had Baron Corbin taking on Elias, and Elias is supposed to be this next up-and-coming star, and he's getting pinned by Baron Corbin? Are you kidding me? Baron Corbin. This guy was just losing a couple of weeks ago, and now he's pinning Elias? Come on, man. Come on. So it's just, I don't know what WWE is doing, you know, and it's not the wrestler's fault. It's the booking. And Vince has to sign off on all this. And it's just not good. And, you know, like I said, I'm hoping that SmackDown is much better than Raw last night. And, you know, guys, in the comments, don't forget to leave me your comments. Let me know what you think about Raw. And let me know what you think about SmackDown, too. And, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can check out all my videos when I post them. Because I will be posting more videos coming soon. I will be posting Sunday morning, you know, before Royal Rumble, and I'll be giving my predictions on the matches. I do have a basketball tournament. If you guys didn't know, I'm a coach for my son's basketball team, so I do got a lot of basketball tournaments. I got a basketball tournament this weekend, so I'll be pretty busy. But I will be posting my predictions and my predictions on Royal Rumble, and I'll be also giving my thoughts on TakeOver Phoenix from Saturday night. So tune in and check that out, guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, leave your comments. All are welcome. And I look forward to hearing from you. Until then, Just Vell is signing off. And in the words of Adam Cole, boom.